Hey, what's up everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Karpo Gaming and another Witch Cream video. It is Xur Day, Friday, April the 15th, 2022, and Xur is back in the tower. So we're gonna check it out and see what Xur has for us today. So once again, thanks for watching everybody. Without further ado, let's get started, my guardians. Now, if you didn't know, on Friday, Xur shows up and brings us a ton of good items. Normally some god rolls, hopefully some god rolls. We also have some exotics as well. And today, he is back in the tower. So we're going to spawn in and we're going to check it out and see what Xur has for us today. Now, always, we have returning 2 exotics, and we got random rolls in these awesome exotics. First up, we have a Hawkmoon, and then we have the Dead Man's Tail. For the Hawkmoon, we have Small Born for increased range and stability, and we also have some other good rolls. Elevate Magazine, which is really good, faster reload when the magazine is empty, and Quick Draw, weapon can be drawn unbelievably fast, and last but not least, Combat Grip. So yeah, this is a fantastic roll for the Hawkmoon. Should be excellent in PvE and in PvP. Pick this bad boy up and definitely add the Hawkmoon to your collection. Next up, we have the Dead Man's Tail Scout Rifle with Cranial Spike as the intrinsic perk, with Fluted Barrel for increased handling and stability, ricocheting rounds for even more stability and a little bit more range. But we got Vorpal on this bad boy, which is awesome. Increased damage to bosses and guardians when they out there super open, and composite stock, making this another amazing roll. Almost a god roll, depending on if you don't want composite stock or not. But hey, excellent roll for the Dead Man's Tail. Pick that bad boy up as well. And as always, we have returning our illustrious, illuminous, exotic, and Graham. The weapon of the week is none other than the Queen's Baker Linear Fusion Rifle. That's right, our old returning D1 weapon is back with the intrinsic perk called Wild Rifle. Fires long precision arc bolts that blind enemies on hit, with marksman sights for longer range, slow charge time, and greater damage. Combat sight, a low zoom scoop, faster charge time, and a little bit more handling and displays ability energy as well. We also have some other things that make this a really good exotic. We have Enhanced Battery for increased magazine size, hip fire grip, and quick draw, and last but not least, fitted stock. If you don't have this bad boy, pick it up and add it to your collection. The Queen Breakers Bro Linear Fusion Rifle can be yours today. Next up, the Osiris Spath R Spade. Don't know how you pronounce that, but it comes with the intrinsic perk called Scissor Fingers. Grant 2 knives per charge, and it does exactly just that. Put this exotic on and you're going to get 2 different charges, whatever class that you're rocking. So if you're one of those guys that make sure you have an extra melee charge, an extra knife, always right there ready to rock, well hey, this is going to do you well. Next up, the ACDO Feedback Fence comes with the intrinsic perk called Fury Conductors. Melee hits build energy. Being struck by a melee attack reduces incoming damage and unleashes the energy in a devastating explosion. But it's not that devastating. In my opinion, it definitely needs to be buffed. It looks good on paper. It's decent in PvE, and in PvP, not so much. But, you know, add it to your collection and definitely pick this up so you make sure your exotic engram don't turn into that. Next up, we have our Skull of Dar Akamar. This is going to be an exotic for the Warlock class. It comes with an intrinsic perk called Actual Grandeur. Provides additional damage resistance during Nova Bomb, and the Nova Bomb kills, grants super energy. And it does exactly with that. Now, you pair this up with another pulse rifle. I'm not going to say any names, but hey, you're going to have yourself a good time with the Nova class in the Skull of Dar Akamar, and a certain hint, wink, wink, exotic pulse rifle. You know which one I'm talking about. Let's go over our rolls for our legendaries, and let's see if we have a god roll. First up is the Last Perdition pulse rifle, 390 adaptive frame, rounded grip, reliable and sturdy. Let's see what kind of rolls we got. We got Shro, 37 ocular for increased range. We got Spo, 57 for increased a little bit more range. So, you know, we can definitely keep it right there. Always want more range. Extended magazine and flared magwell. Flared magwell is where it is at for a little bit more stability, a little bit more range. Moving target, move faster when you are aiming down the sights, which is always a beautiful thing. And Zen Moment as well, which is going to help us with our kicking of this weapon with the handling masterwork, making this a pretty fantastic roll. Not a god roll, but it's a really good roll. Should be pretty good in PvE, and in PvP it should be decent as well, so long as you hit your headshots. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have a SMG called the Friction Fire. This is going to be a 600 RPM precision frame. In my opinion, 600 SMGs just need a buff. We also have hammer forged rifling for a little bit more range on this version. We have diagonal rifling, so keep it right there. We got flared magwell on here as well. Killing wind, which is decent. Final blows increase mobility, and a little bit more of wellspring. Make this, this is definitely a PvE role. Between wellsprings and killing wing, it should be pretty good in PvE, but in PvP, not so much. So yeah, totally up to you if you want to pick up the friction fire submachine gun. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have a wolf tone draw. I believe it's 3 weeks in a row for this one. Draw time 680, a precision frame compound bow, longer draw time, a little bit more damage with this bow. We got agile bowstring, and we have flexible string, so you always want a little bit more accuracy, compact arrow shaft, and straight fletching, so keep it right there for a little bit more accuracy. And we also have threat detector and demolitionist, making this a total PvE roll, and a decent PvE roll. Nothing godly right here, but if you're looking for yourself an arc bow, this wolf tone draw will definitely suffice your need. And let's see what kind of masterwork we have. Draw time. So yeah, pretty decent roll here for PvE. For PvP, not so much. You're going to definitely have to hit your headshots and a few of those in order to get your kills. Next up, we have the Truth Teller grenade launcher, 90 RPM lightweight frame, and this one has some decent rolls. Let's check it out. We also have counter mass on here for increased stability, quick launch for a little bit more velocity, which is always a beautiful thing on grenade launchers. We have blinding grenades, so a little bit of blinding effects, concussion grenades as well. So between these two, you wish you had spike grenades or implosion round. You could get one hit kills. This one you're going to have to either flip to another weapon or get 2 of these shots to kill a guardian in PvP. But we do have feeding frenzy on this bad boy. Rapid kills is going to increase reload speed for a short time, which is beautiful for rocket launchers. And we got swashbuckler. Weapon gets increased damage for melee kills and kills with this weapon, making this a pretty decent roll for PvE. For PvP, it's okay. Like I said, you're going to have to get 2 hits. 1 hit with this, flip to another weapon and get yourself a kill with the handling masterwork. Should be good in PvE and PvP. It should be decent. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Forthsight shotgun. This is a precision frame, 70 RPM shotgun, so it's going to deal some pretty good damage on this bad boy. Let's check it out. We got small bore on here for increased range and stability, so keep it right there. Corkscrew rifling, as well as assault mag and steady round, so you definitely want to keep it right there. Slide shot is going to partially reload your weapon when you slide, which is pretty good. In harmony, you want to get more damage when you get a kill with another weapon, making this a total PvE roll, but it still should be pretty decent in PvP too, because of the slide shot. Slide, get a little bit of ammo back, bow, get your kill with handling masterwork. Should be pretty good in PvE, and in PvP should be pretty decent as well. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have our God roll, the Goose. This is a 20 RPM adaptive frame rocket launcher, and it has some really good rolls on this. So let's go over it and let's see why this is a God roll. First off, ladies and gentlemen, we have a volatile launch, which is pretty good, right, for increased blast radius, but we got linear compensator for more velocity, so I'm going to get there a little bit faster with this. Definitely keep it right there. Alloy casting is decent, but impact casting is where it's at. We have increased damage on direct hits and increased stability. Oh boy, 2 amazing traits with tracking. So all you have to do is wait for it to go E, and then boom, it's going to fire off and hit whoever you are aiming at. And kill clip, reloading, get increased damage on top of damage. And we also have a blast radius masterwork, making this a God roll. Thank you, Xur, for another God roll. The Goose can be yours today, ladies and gentlemen. Between impact, tracking, and of course kill clip, you have yourself a God roll. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have the third Oxy Pulse rifle, 390 adaptive frame on this pulse rifle. It has some pretty good traits on here. Let's go over them. Let's see. We have arrowhead break, and we have extended barrel, so keep it right there for more range. We also have high cal rounds, used to be the meta, still's pretty good, so keep it right there. We also have a pendant match. I will keep it on high cal rounds. We have rangefinder, so you're going to get even more range. We are 1 shot away from being a God roll, but we only have 1 for all with the handling masterwork, making this a hard pass for me, but it should still be good in PvE and in PvP so long as you hit your shots. Now for our legendary armor, it is the Wing Theorem set, and it doesn't really look that great. I'm just saying. The only piece out of here that I would get for transmog would be the bond, at least for the Warlock. I have rocked this back in the day, the Wing Theorem, and it looks pretty decent. Not bad at all. But for out of all the other things that we see right here, it's just not what it is for transmog. But we do have some rolls, and they're fixed. For the boots, we have a total of 59, high roll of mobility of 17, so that's going to be a hard pass for me. For the helmet, we have a total of 64, which isn't too bad. We have a high roll of strength of 21 and a roll of 15 on the resilience. Bond is the bond for the chest piece, total of 48, which is really bad. High roll of 22 on the strength. And last but not least, we have the gauntlets, total roll of 63, which isn't too bad. High roll of strength on 20. So there you have it, my Guardians. This is what Xur has for us this week, April the 15th, 2022. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Happy Friday, my Guardians. Thank you for watching. And as always, I'll be seeing y'all in the next one. Later.